Well, it is Wednesday, and that means it's time for a weekly dose of real with our own Suzie Humphreys. We've asked you to write in to Suzie with your questions, your problems, anything that you need advice for, and now it is Suzie's turn to respond.
Okay, this is totally off the cuff here. I don't know.
We wouldn't have it any other way.
I am not an expert in anything.
All right,
but I will give you an opinion.
We're going to read a letter from...
Do I read it?
From Susan. Susan writes, Dear Suzie, when a successful businesswoman retires, what next?
Ooh.
What next? There's a next adventure. There is a new adventure ahead. To find out what you love to do. Search your heart. Don't quit. Come up with an idea. If you want to volunteer, if you want to give back to the world, give back. But don't sit at home and make yourself get up every day and do something that'll make you feel good about yourself. And I can guarantee you this. The transition's difficult because the phone's not going to ring like it used to, but it will ring again. As long as you put yourself out there, go on Twitter. Just put yourself out there. And the other thing is, just ask God to lead you, to send you where He wants you to be. And I guarantee if you do that, He will send you, and you'll be very happy.
You know, Suzie, I love your advice because I feel like you give us this like when we're in the makeup room or when we're sitting in the conference room having meetings. Yes. So I'm glad that you're able now to share this with all the viewers because we've been getting Suzie Says, I mean, you've been telling us what to do for the past couple of weeks now, so I'm glad you're going to share that with everyone else
now.
It
started the first day we met.
Yes.
Do you remember that? I had a speech coming up.
Yes.
And I was so nervous about it. And I said, you know, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. I mean, God hasn't really given it to me yet.
And she chimed in, I remember that.
You said, speak from your heart.
Speak from your heart and be who you are.
Speak from your heart.
And remember, the biggest tip, and here's my Ron Chapman button, but Ron Chapman taught us all. He said, don't open your mouth till you know where you want to end up. So build,
I could learn
from the end and work to that end. The first thing you build is your ending, not your beginning.
Yeah. And you know what you say too that I love is to live in the present, that we spend so much time worrying about what happened in the past. If you had this great career and now you're retired and you're worried about what you did before and you're worried about the future, what am I going to do next? Just to sit and enjoy where you're at right now.
And let me say something, and I don't know if I've got much time, but Susan, I'm going to tell you something. I'm 75 years old. You will hear women say, no, and men, nobody wants you when you're 55. I'm driving a car in Philadelphia, having come from a speech, and the phone rang, and it was a guy named Brian Joyce with KTXD-TV. I'm 75, he says. Suzie, Brian Joyce, London Broadcasting. I said, what do you want? He said, we think you need to be back on TV. I said, did Betty White die? And look at me, I'm on TV again. How could that be?
Yes. And we're all so very excited about it.
Yes.
I love that story.
It's never too late. It's never too late to dream. It's never too late to dream.
Hey, if you have a problem or you need some advice, just send a note to Suzie to get her take on things.
But don't ask for money.
Well, maybe you should start charging money.
Maybe you should start asking for money.
You can email Suzie at KTXD-TV.com and tune in every Wednesday to catch some great advice that you may relate with at home. Why? Because Suzie says so. That's why.
Suzie says so.
That's it.
Darn it.